The liquidation process of Masana was carried out anyways by a company called Bombani Liquidators. Now, Bombani Liquidators is owned by someone whose name is Mr. Lawrence Swart and a Richard Maswanganye. I don't know how to pronounce his surname. But you can look at Bombani Liquidators online and it shows the ownership of each of these liquidators. So both of these men have held positions at both the High Court as well as SARB, executive positions, I should add. They have since removed this detail of information from their website after having proudly flaunted it on their website, which is the reason why I was able to find it years ago. But when I tried to go and find this web page again for the purpose of this podcast, it did not show up. I couldn't find that information anywhere. I couldn't find those relationships anywhere, even if it was previously something that was put out there. Now, it's interesting to note as well that Bombani Liquidators is connected to SBT Trust, which is connected to a company called Asili Trust. This as well is connected to PEU Group, whose website is now also conveniently down. PEU Group is the group company that actually owns Masana Technologies, or should I say owned, since they have liquidated themselves. They hold shares in Investec Bank. They do business with West Trust, West Bank, same umbrella of companies, SBT Trust, which is affiliated with the Asili Trust, and you can only find this information now, I think, on a website from Asili Trust. So they've since removed this from PEU Group because there was information there about the directors, which I still actually have some screenshots of that. So it's very interesting that the liquidators are also clients of companies that the director of Masana was on the board of. How is it that they own shares in a bank who have a liquidating arm, which also liquidates Masana Technologies, claiming that they could not pay certain contractors, my mother being one of them? They did this just as the city of Johannesburg stopped funding the bidding project. So I think I'm going to leave that there, and I think I should also perhaps leave you with a couple of links that you can search online to articles that will provide further details about this project, because it was a big thing in South Africa in around 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012. And this information is now gradually being erased from any digital records. But there remains some news articles about it, and I think they will provide a lot of insight as to what went wrong within this project. There's an article entitled City of Crooks by News 24, dated November 7th, 2022. So that's the most recent article about this whole sham that I've found. There's another article. I didn't write the newspaper, but it was written in 4th of February 2011, and it's entitled The Connections That Disconnected Joburg. Then there's another article by Biz News that was dated 11th December 2013, and it's entitled Phumelela Investec Supergroup. So let me read that again. Pumela Investec Supergroup Director Peter Malungani's PEU dragged into court a 27 billion rand municipal contract. And then there's also the website that you might want to look at, Asili Risk Management, which belongs to PEU. So yeah, I will leave those articles there for you to have a look at, and then I'll probably be revisiting this as well. I detailed it even more in the book Comfort and Other Traps, in case you would like to get the full gist of the story. I have to wrap my head around it as well, still to this day. So I will conclude with some side notes. Something that's very important to keep in mind that I'll unpack later on is 45 Wilton Avenue. If you search that address on Google or anywhere, it just seems to be kind of evasive, kind of seems to not exist, but it's easy to find number 43 or any other number of house. But keep digging a little bit and you'll see that this address was being used by some company that they say is based in Romania with the portfolio in gas and minerals and are doing projects with the Department of Gas and Minerals in South Africa. So that was funny. Art Oil Gas and Art Oil Petroleum are companies that are using this address in the same way as if they're operating the business from this address, but then also stating that they're based in different countries. One of them is in Dubai, the other one is in Romania or some other Eastern European country. That's a very interesting thing to note as well. And then another piece of information, another side note that I will leave here is about a company called Sale Chrome Mining, which was mining chrome under the mining license that was provisioned by a business rescue practitioner of a company undergoing liquidation. I found this out around 2021 when I was doing research about this, and I just found it too much of a coincidence that this business rescue practitioner was providing a chrome mining license from around 2016 or 2018, I don't remember correctly. A mining license that in a region that was given towards my mother's other company, Four Rivers. I will leave that there. There's obviously a lot to unpack, which I've done in my book, but I have to keep on doing because this is not exactly my forte, but I've been forced to try to figure this out. But the obvious things in this case are that there's definitely some fraud going on. There's definitely something fishy on a bigger scale going on. And I will leave that with just this definition of what racketeering is. Basically bribes and illegal business schemes. I posed a question to an AI program and looking for the definition of racketeering and wondering how it connects to gang stalking. And it says racketeering can include a pattern of criminal activity that includes harassment and intimidation. If a person is continuously harassed, including what some describe as gang stalking, this could be part of a broader racketeering scheme if it is part of an organized criminal enterprise with ongoing activities aimed at aimed at generating profit or maintaining control. So I think there's enough themes in this to warrant the suspicion of racketeering. But one thing is for sure, there's definitely fraud. These documents were readily available and given to authorities to make their assessments and to prove our case. And we're still here.